Someone asked this question on one of our groups, and I feel it's a very important question. What do you do when you pray and things get worse? It happens like that sometimes when you pray and it's like things keep getting worse and worse. This can feel confusing. It can feel confusing. It can feel discouraging. Many people expect that when they pray, they get immediate relief. But sometimes the situation seems to intensify after you have prayed. But trust me, I've come to realize that sometimes the situation kind of intensifies, becomes worse, or tend to become worse, and then it starts to improve. It starts to get better. There are a few things that you can remember. When you pray and things get worse, there are a few things that you can remember, that you can keep in mind. I want you to remember that the fact that things are getting worse does not mean that God is absent. It absolutely does not mean that God has abandoned you. Some of God's people have experienced greater challenges after seeking Him. For example, when the children of Israel asked Pharaoh for freedom, if you read in Exodus, the burden became heavier. It's like Pharaoh got mad. It's like when you're praying, Satan gets angry. He gets mad that, oh, this person wants to get free from my hold. And then he now instigates whoever it is or whatever it is going on with you, so that it looks like, no, God is not hearing you, and you get discouraged and you stop praying. So these children of Israel, their burden got heavier. It got harder before the deliverance came. And if you read through Exodus, you'll see the whole journey of how they struggled. Moses would go, and there were so many things that were happening. There was the plagues. There was all those things before finally Pharaoh said, oh, you can go with your people. The pressure increased. But God did not abandon them. He didn't. Moses kept going back to God to pray. So that's why I'll tell you that keep praying, even when your emotions disagree, even when what you're saying disagrees with what you're asking God for. Because prayer is not about changing circumstances, but it's also about staying in that connection with God, staying connected with God. That's part of prayer. Staying connected with God. Kids are just playing around here. I hope you're not hearing the noise. So I'll encourage you to continue talking to God. Continue speaking to God. Continue asking Him. Continue interceding. Don't lose hope. Don't give up. Don't say, oh yeah, God is no more answering me and I'm no longer going to pray again. No, continue to talk to God honestly about your fears, about your disappointments, and any questions that you have. Talk to God about it. But examine your heart too. Don't condemn yourself because you're not getting an answer yet. No, don't condemn yourself. Ask God if there is anything He wants to correct in your life, if there's anything He needs to teach you, if there's anything that He wants to reveal to you. Ask Him. But while you're doing that, don't automatically assume that every hardship is a punishment. Absolutely not. Sometimes trials come simply because we live in a broken world. It's not because of you, it's because the world we're living in is broken. Trust God's timing, because God's time is the best. God's time is always the best, because what looks like a setback may just be part of a larger plan that God has. It might just be part of a larger plan that you cannot see right now. As seed goes into the ground, into the darkness of the soil, before it breaks forth into a new life. So maybe you're just going through that seedling planting season in your life, but God has not abandoned you. Learn to lean on God's promises. Don't look at how you feel. Look at the promises of God. What did God say about my situation? What did God say about what I'm going through right now? Because your feeling can change from day to day, but God's character does not change. He does not change. Hold on to what he has said. Excuse me. Hold on to what God has promised you. Even when your circumstances seem to contradict what the promise of God is for your life, still hold on. And sometimes you need to seek support from other believers. Share with trusted believers what you're going through. And trust me, it helps you because you don't have to carry the burden all alone. Sometimes God strengthens us through the prayers and encouragement of other people that he places in our lives. Because even Jesus, when he prayed in the Garden of Gethsemane, and the cross came before him, because there was going to be a cross before he resurrected. Even when he went to the garden, he didn't go alone. He went with the disciples. He went with people to support him while he was praying. He went away. The prayer was between him and God, but he got the support of the disciples. So you too, whatever you're going through, just know that there's a cross before victory. You might just be going through that time where you're carrying your cross, but be rest assured that the time is coming when you're going to smile. Have faith in God. And one last thing I'm going to add is that praise. When you have prayed and everything seems like it's not working out, praise God. That's the time to start to praise. Praise God like as if you've gotten your victory. Remember the story of Paul and Silas? They sang, they praised God in the prison. Their chains were broken. And God wrought a miracle there. There was salvation of someone's soul. Someone was saved. The centurion, the guy who was supposed to hold them, he saw the joy on those people's face and was like, oh my God, there's something about these people. They sang and they praised in the middle of the night, in the middle of the suffering. So in the middle of your suffering, your challenges, your pain, please, my friend, pray and praise. Okay? The darkest chapter of your life, the darkest time of your life is not the end of your story. So tell me, what do you do when you pray and things get worse? Tell me, what do you do? Me, I will advise you. This is what I do. I keep trusting. I keep praying. I keep obeying. So you keep trusting, my friend. Keep praying. Keep obeying the word and the promises of God. Keep believing what God has told you and believe that God is working behind the scene, even when you cannot see. Even when you cannot see what he's doing, you cannot see the evidence, just believe it, that God is working behind the scene. The Bible says in Galatians chapter 6 verse 9, and let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. So don't faint, my friend. You will reap. You will reap. God bless you. Don't forget to praise God in spite of that difficult situation you're going through. Thank you so much and see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video.